Hi everybody, this is Catherine, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm gonna show you how to overclock a GPU. A lot of people is asking me question about it, so today I'm gonna do a small guide. It's safe and it will work. First of all, the first thing that you need to do is download MSI Afterburner. Even if you don't have an MSI card, a lot of people is asking me this question, it will work, so just download MSI Afterburner. The other thing that you will need to download is Valley Benchmark. This is a free benchmark that you can find on the web. It's the Uni engine. You don't need to buy the 3D Mark if you want to do some testing, so just download this. Really important to know, it's not because your overclocking is working, you don't see any artifact or your computer is not crashing, that it will be better than the previous overclocking that you did or the stock version. So really important, each time that you overclock something, you need to test with a benchmark and take your score at the end and make sure that you're always improving your score on your benchmark. Really important. So let's start with MSI Afterburner. So the first thing that you will need to do is click here on the startup. All the parameter that we will put, you want to make sure that each time you go to your computer, everything will be set. So your overclocking will always be on. The second thing that you need to do is open the settings, go to monitoring, and you want to show in on display some stats that are kind of important. The first one that you need to see is the GPU temperature. Always keep that under 80. Honestly, everything over 80, just like change it. You don't want that. And a lot of variable for your temperature. Honestly, it will depend on your video card, what type of video card you have, what is the cooler on it, your case, your airflow, your ambient temperature. A lot of stuff can change, so really important, make sure that you have a nice airflow in your case, a good ambient temperature in your room too, and it should be fine. After that, if you want, you can monitor memory usage, core clock, memory clock, stuff like that, because you will overclock it. It will depend whatever you need to see, and for sure your FPS if you want. After that, press OK. So the first thing that you will need to do is the power limit. You need to put this one at maximum here. Make sure that your GPU will take maybe more resources on the power to make sure that your overclocking is working fine. Everything that I will show you today is very safe. The only thing that you don't need to touch, honestly, it's the core voltage. This one you need to know what you're doing because you can burn your video card, and with MSI Afterburner by default it's locked. You will need to go to setting to unlock it, but we will not do that today, so just go with the power limit. After that, the core clock. For the core clock, very important here, you don't want to overclock both at the same time. You want to isolate this one, do your overclocking when you hit the limit. After that, you will start to touch to the memory clock. So for the core clock, you should start with something like 30, 33, apply it, make sure that it's applied. When it's applied, open your benchmark valley, put at extreme HD, run it. It will open something like that. So right now it's not running it, it's just like a preview of the benchmark. You have some stat here, your graphic megahertz, memory, temperature, what kind of video card, and your FPS. You will need to click benchmark and you will see some scene. After all the scene are done, you will have a score. Make sure that you write your score somewhere, and each time you're doing an overclocking, your score should be better. So if it's not better, it's because your overclocking is not working fine. So, core clock, did my benchmark, working well, perfect. After that, go a little bit higher, 66, apply again, do your benchmark, everything is fine, perfect. Let's go higher, 98. Oh, at 98, I'm seeing like artifact or maybe my computer crash. So now I know it's my limit. So after that, just go lower each, like 10 megahertz, something like that. Go at 90, do your test. Okay, at 90 it's working. So now we're knowing that our core clock is working fine at 90. Very important, you will see some guide on the internet. Each video card are different, so it's not because someone has the same card than you and is doing like 175 that you will do 175. Each card are different, really important to test it by yourself. After that, memory clock. So memory clock, normally you can do more with it, so you can go like 50, something like that. So each, sorry guys, let's go at 49, apply it, do your test, it's working fine. Another one, 104, working fine. And for an example, I'm going at 168. So now, boom, my computer crashed. So now you will need to adjust your memory clock again, 10 megahertz, 20 megahertz. But after, at the end, you will maybe have to do like some kind of adjustment between your core clock and memory. So for an example, maybe you can like lower 5 megahertz on your core clock and add 20 on your memory, and it will work. So this is like really small tweaking if you really want to optimize your overclocking, but honestly it will not give you like maybe 1 FPS increase, but it's not a huge deal. Honestly, it's more if you're a perfectionist and you want to make sure that you have the best overclock. But yeah, that's about it. So perfect, you apply it, everything is working fine. Also, what you can do, it's to save a new profile. So if you want to keep your profile or you want different profile here, you can have like a one very aggressive, a stock profile, and I don't know, another like basic overclocking. So you can save them over there. So that's pretty much it. Honestly, the only thing that you need to do, go with small value, test it, look at your score. Each time your score needs to improve. It's really important to use like a Valley benchmark or something like 3D Mark. If you have money, you can buy it on Steam, but don't use Combustor. It's like it's not a proper test. So you really need to use like some proper benchmark to monitor your overclocking. So that's about it, guys. If you have any question about overclocking your GPU, don't hesitate, comment in the YouTube section. I will try to help you the best that I can. And really important, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace, everyone. I'm out.